The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, residents of Easton, friends and neighbors. This is Bill Ames, the co-host of, what's the name of the show?
Film Connection.
Film Connection. God. Anyhow, I'm the co-host of Film Connection, and very pleased to bring to you another great interview with my co-host, Priscilla Olsen, who will be introducing our guest imminently. The Film Connection dates back to our first shows around the year 2000. And I'm pleased to say that thanks largely to Priscilla, without question, this tradition continues 23 or 4 years later. So it's a wonderful
Well, thank you, Bill, for those generous words.
Let me introduce my co-host, Priscilla Olsen. Priscilla.
Thank you, Bill. It's a pleasure. I'm the one who tries to provide guests. So I do all the communications and so forth. And it's my pleasure to be here with Bill Ames, who is a film aficionado. Is that the right word?
Dilettante.
Huh?
Dilettante.
Dilettante. Oh, okay, dilettante. And today we're welcoming Gary Berman, who's been a longtime resident of Easton and a longtime film producer in working for corporate America. And so we haven't had anybody, Bill, I don't think, who's been in that exact position. Oh. But Gary did his undergraduate at Emerson College, and we all know that Emerson turns out lots of people in the film industry. And then he got his master's in film production at Boston University. So he's a real Massachusetts guy, and we're very pleased, Gary, to have you one more time. I introduced you on my community forum show, and now you're back on Film Connection. So we appreciate your coming on, and we're going to be showing some clips from his years from 1980s to early 2000. And then he's going to introduce them, and we'll try to get through all of them. Very interesting, especially the first one. It's a Special Olympics, and Eunice wasn't there, but her husband Sergeant Shriver was, and also Bruce Jenner when he was Bruce Jenner. So I hope you're going to enjoy this program. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, both of you.
Okay, and Bill, questions?
Well, Gary, tell us a little bit about your background. I know you went to Emerson. We found that out. But did you come from Easton originally, or what's your?
Sure. I'm from Newton. Originally went to Newton High School, graduated in 1969, and I wanted to be an actor originally. I thought that it was very appealing and exciting. I found theater great. Went to Emerson for theater and promptly realized I was not a good actor. I really didn't understand it the way I thought it was versus what it really was didn't work. So my last semester, I took a filmmaking course, 8mm, and really enjoyed that. And I realized I had taken some directing classes. I realized that I wanted to be a director more than an actor. And later on, I realized that being a producer, director, lets you own the project.
Exactly.
And the good thing about owning a project is, well, one thing is you can make some money doing it. You're not just working on a day rate. And I would get to decide who to hire and so forth. And I realized that I loved telling stories. I loved watching TV, I loved telling stories. And it was a very opportune time when video was brand new at corporate. And I started a little company called Cinemagic Productions because I'm also a magician. And I pursued lots and lots of companies trying to get jobs, and eventually was hired at my first corporate job at Hills Department Stores in 1980.
And now we're going to see a clip from one of your projects. Tell us briefly what that was.
Sure. Hills allowed me to start a training division, and we called it Hills Training Network. At that time, HBO was brand new and they had a really fancy opening, and I knew that in order to look like HBO, I needed to have a cool animated opening. So I went to WPRI in Providence, got the company to spend a couple $1,000s on an animated opening, and that's the HTN that you see at the beginning of the video. But the project was to go to the International Special Olympics at Park City, Utah in 1985. Hills sent a lot of money to Special Olympics. It was one of the big corporate causes. And Hills sent the head of the stores, Ray Brinkman. He introduces it at the beginning. And there are some children that are focused on. And my job was to bring 2 film crews and try to, video crews, and try to capture the feeling of the events, feature Hills people, and try to capture all the celebrities that I could. So I was able to get some big sports figures, some Olympic gold ski winners, as you said, Bruce Jenner, and I interviewed Sergeant Shriver. I'm not sure if William Hurt is in this one or another video that I did, but he may be there too. So let's watch it.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
It's come a long way to be able to ski here. Some of these athletes have come further than I've even traveled myself.
They look like they're just having fun, and that's the main intent.
This is William, Mom and Dad. I love you all. It's been a grand experience for him. Most assuredly, something he'll never forget.
I've made a career of associating with successful people. That's why I'm with Hills. And that's why I'm here in Park City at the Special Olympics. Let me introduce you to a special friend, Brian. Brian, what events are you in?
100 meter and 1 kilometer.
And you can tell everybody at Hills what city you're from.
Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah!
Number 1.
Brian represents more than his hometown in Pennsylvania. He represents the spirit of the Special Olympics, determination, courage, success. Today I'd like to share that success with you.
All right. Yay!
We flew this morning from Santa Fe to Albuquerque.
How did you come to News from Poland?
So happy, yeah.
All right.
You eating now?
Hi.
Where are you from?
West Virginia.
Hey!
Pennsylvania. We're going for the gold.
Sure, Houston, Texas. Right, Danny? Yeah.
What do you do?
What are you
Ski or
gonna
skate?
do?
Skiing.
Skiing. What kind?
Cross country.
Cross country.
Hey, are you
And-
gonna win?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna try. Hey, you know what? We don't have snow down there. We ski on what kind of skis? Road skis with rollers on them.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have you skied on roller skis?
How long? Since Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Got them for Christmas. You have fun with them? Yeah.
Are
Tell
you
them your other name. What's your other name?
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, right.
And now, to open the games, the president of the Special Olympics, Sergeant Schreiber. I declare the 1985 International Winter Special Olympic Games open.
Support by American corporations is crucial to the success of Special Olympics. In fact, we couldn't run Special Olympics without the support of American business. Hills department stores, for example, do a great job for Special Olympics. In a large number of states, the employees contribute to Special Olympics. A lot of the people here at the Winter Special Olympic Games could not be here if it were not for the Hill department stores. I'd say the greatest service that Special Olympics performs is not just for the persons who are mentally retarded. When normal people and their families begin to participate in Special Olympics, they find their own lives transformed. And I'm talking about people who are in service clubs like the Kiwanis or the Rotary or Civitan International, the school teachers who start to become involved, the coaches who become involved, the businessmen who become involved, the Hills department store management becomes involved. They all find their lives transformed by the association with the mentally retarded. I've often wondered why that is. I'm not absolutely sure, but I believe it's because the mentally retarded are so loving, they're so receptive, they're so happy to have the opportunities that are being given to them through Special Olympics that they become very, very happy, and their happiness exudes all around, makes everybody feel good.
The opportunities, the experiences, the fun, everything associated with Special Olympics, including the special education aspect of it as far as independence and normalcy and working on self-esteem and concept and self-help skills. It's all a part of Special Olympics, but the biggest part is seeing their faces, their medals, their excitement and enthusiasm. If it wasn't for Hills, a majority of our athletes wouldn't be able to come here. It wouldn't be able to happen. Without you, it wouldn't happen. And we take our hats off to you and say thank you very much and hope that you enjoy watching the product.
It's a tremendous lifetime experience. I mean, I went through professional athletics and won 2 Stanley Cups in the Boston area, and it was the greatest thing in the world as far as I was concerned personally. But this means more to me than winning those 2 Stanley Cups in Boston, because I get a lot more self-satisfaction out of what I'm doing here with the athletes and watching them perform. And it really is meaningful to me and to them and their parents that we, and I say that we Hills department stores could contribute to making this so meaningful.
I'm standing here with a couple of people who are very important to us. Joan Trolley works for Hills. Joan and her husband Frank have come out here to participate in the Special Olympics Games. And the display that you put together with these dolls was selected as the winner this year.
Yes, it was selected as the grand prize winner, which gave my husband and I the trip to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay, which store are you from?
101 in Pittsburgh.
What that means to Special Olympics is that Procter & Gamble is donating $1,000 on behalf of the Trolleys and Store 101. Your daughter is named Beth, and she is a special needs child. You know, when we travel from store to store, we find that so many of our employees have special needs children or relatives or friends who benefit from Special Olympics.
Racer ready. 1, 2, 3, go.
It's really rewarding, and if people come in and get involved in Special Olympics, they'll just realize just how special it is. And without the help of corporate sponsorship, a lot of the programs wouldn't be possible. So it's of utmost importance.
I'd like to thank all the people at Hills Department Stores for the work that they've done in raising so much money for the Special Olympics. You know, you can give a lot of money to something like that, but actually when you go out and you give your time and you work with these Special Olympians, that's the most important thing. And I want to thank you for your support because it is greatly needed and greatly appreciated.
Well, I started to get involved in Special Olympics in 1977. A friend of mine saw a film about Special Olympics, the Summer Games, and thought, well, we should have a Winter Games also. And so we had the first one in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. And it was great because the athletes came from around the country. Here, they're coming from around the world. They're coming in great numbers with big smiles on their faces. And as you can see from the level of competition, there are some really good athletes here. But I think that mostly they get a great feeling of satisfaction. They meet other friends from around the country and around the world. And it's just like the Olympics that Phil Mayer and Bruce Jenner and I are in. We get a chance to compete. We get a chance to make friends. But I think all the athletes especially would like to thank all of you at Hills Department Stores, not only the corporate people, but I understand that you folks that work for the stores have contributed out of your own pockets. And so I'd like to say on behalf of the athletes, thank you very much.
I wish you could have been here to see what I saw at Special Olympics, the courage and determination. You've done a lot of good things in the past. You've aided a lot of good causes. This is an important one. These kids need your help. They're well worth it. Do your best. And thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thank you.
very moving.
Wonderful. Absolutely
Thank you.
wonderful. Beautifully
the
done.
money shot was to get the celebrities to talk about Hills Department Stores by name.
Yeah.
That was always the
Billy
goal.
Kid. Yeah.
But one nice thing was your continuation. So from what one said, and then you showed pictures of children exhibiting that, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, how they enjoyed X, and then you showed X. I mean, that was nice.
Interestingly, the challenge back when I made this, editing was not digital in the sense that we would assemble the video, and if we found a better shot later on, we would have to disassemble the entire video back to that shot, slug the shot in, and then build it going forward. It was not random access editing.
Yeah.
So it's very time consuming.
But you were more careful as a result. When you
Very
did.
careful. Yeah, it was like film editing.
Yeah,
in that
the
sense.
trade-off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was a wonderful one.
Yeah, really good, and it touches the heart. I mean, and also the speed in which you change scenes, really, and the quality of what that and content of what that scene was, keeps people's attention. So it's great for a wonderful video, you know, promoting Hills Department Store. Also, but it's also great just for anybody to see and to get to really understand how important the Special Olympics are.
Thank you. What was really nice about Hills was very encouraging to be creative, and we found a situation where some of our videos would enter national contests and win the ITVA, International Television Association. And we were so successful that we decided that we could sell videos to other companies that were not direct competitors of Hills. So I started a division called Corporate Vision, and we actually created videos for Bradley's, Child World, other retailers at the time that could use this kind of video training, but maybe didn't have the staff. So what I'm going to show you now briefly is the demo reel. And the first piece on this demo reel is a game show called Name That Claim. And we always approached it that we had a problem to solve. And the problem in this case was 401ks and benefits had just been created. Employees needed to understand their benefits better across 11 states where Hills stores were. So we created this game show called Name That Claim, and it was a way to make the benefits that Hills offered interesting. So we'll start this, and actually the second piece, which follows, is introducing 401ks to an audience that up to this point had no means of retirement savings. So it was a brand new concept, roughly 1983, something like that. But why don't we go to the corporate demo?
And now, live from Television City, Stoll Industries invites everyone to play Name That Claim, the only game show that dares to ask the question, do you really know your benefits? And now, the man with all the benefits, the desperately handsome host of Name That Claim, the only person in the known universe with total coverage, Johnny, the man with the answers, Garen.
Thank you, John Pardo. Thank you, and welcome everybody to Name That Claim, the game show that tests your knowledge of the SCOA benefits plan. In this round, gives you the opportunity to choose your category for round two. And what are the categories for round two, Diane?
Well, Johnny, for round two, our categories are life insurance, accidental death and dismemberment, accident and sickness, and major medical.
Okay, contestants, hands on the buzzers. The first toss-up question. Who pays for the cost of your SCOA benefits?
Oh, Jack! The cost of the program is shared between SCOA and the employee.
That's right, Jack. We know that SCOA life insurance is convertible to private coverage. But Miriam, is the value of your AD&D convertible to private coverage?
Yes, yes, you can convert your AD&D.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Miriam. The value of your AD&D is not transferable to private coverage. And what's more, it applies only to you while you're employed by the company. There are no points there. 30 points and the lead. What is the coverage under comprehensive major medical in the case of an accident?
Accidents are covered for 90% for the first 5,000 and 95% thereafter. And there's no deductible for expenses incurred the first 90 days after an accident. And
Okay, Bill. You got it. That's enough. I mean, complete, but we don't want an encyclopedia. Boy, you know your major medical, don't you? You've got 70 points and the lead, and in just a moment, we'll go to the board for round three. But first, you stay there, and here's this message.
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, it says here you've had a little accident. Oh dear. Well, let me just. You do have medical insurance, don't you, Mr. Stewart? Yeah. Well, let me just make a call. I'd like to get a second opinion, okay? I'll use the extension.
If your doctor wanted a second opinion on your little accident, do you know what would be covered and what wouldn't under your SCOA major medical plan? Would you know how to file a claim with the personnel department? The answers to these questions and more are here in the SCOA benefits booklet. And remember, the sooner your doctor returns the completed form to your office or store, the sooner your claim will be processed. You'll be glad you know.
Some people are cautious and don't leave anything to chance. While others are always willing to take a gamble. Whichever type you are, you wouldn't knowingly cause yourself a lifetime or even a day of pain, would you? Last year alone, 6.5 million people who work in jobs which require heavy lifting developed back injuries. Many of them put themselves through pain and suffering because they didn't know how to prevent this injury. But back injuries can be prevented by using proper lifting methods. If you don't have to gamble with your back, why risk your disc? When you pull a load, you're not only twisting your spine, you're also adding the weight of the load to the pressure on your back and discs. This can cause a disc to protrude or even herniate. When this happens, the disc applies pressure on the nerve, which in turn causes lower back pain. You see, when you push a cart, you relieve the pressure on your back that is usually created when you pull an object. Pushing also gives you more control over the direction you want to take. If you put both hands on the cart, you can use your body weight to help push the load and take the weight off your back muscles. You've never heard of a pushed muscle, have you?
In simpler terms, my experiment will determine if it is possible to influence the future by restructuring the past.
No kidding. Why me?
Well, let's just say you were in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. What do I have to do?
All you have to do, Miss Graham, is say yes and make a choice.
What do you mean, make a choice?
You can choose to improve your future. You have the option to become future wise.
Improve my future? Future wise? I want security. I want to be comfortable when I'm your age.
Very well. So you want to change your decision about your financial security.
What are you talking about? I never made a decision about that.
Ah, but you did. You chose not to make a decision. See here, you would have more than $24,000 in your account by the year
What is this, 24,000 in the year 2007? I need every nickel I can get my hands on. Spend it today, that's what I say.
I know, that's what I say too. As soon as we're out of here, let's go over to Burger World for a bite.
Oh, yeah.
You see, you had the choice.
Oh, you mean that 401k thing? I never really understood all that. It was so, financial.
Ah, but that's what security is all about. Planning for the future. You had the opportunity, you just didn't take it.
Yeah, but I thought about it.
Yes, I know. Now, if you take a close look at the fixed income option, I think you will find it attractive
Julie,
for the long term.
did you ever think about getting old?
If you were to invest just
No, I never really thought about it. You know, getting old, retirement, being 65 like your grandmother. No, I can't say that I have. Well, you know, Mr. Donaldson says the Social Security's not going to be enough in the future. Who knows? I have enough trouble just planning for next week, much less 40 years down the line. Don't worry, the future will take care of itself. Yeah, I guess. I was, just thinking.
Just thinking. Indeed.
I love the host of the game show. Obviously a professional actor, right?
Peter Kovner. Was a very well-known comic actor. He was in the video that I showed on your program, shot at the Ames Mansion at Borderland. He was the one, he pretended he was Masterpiece Theater host.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
All of them are union actors. I'm very grateful that Hills wanted creativity and gave me the budget to think big.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
not always the case.
Yeah, clearly.
And I also try to have a sense of humor about the driest subjects. Even in the Special Olympics video, there were some moments to put a smile on your face and hopefully a chuckle.
Yeah, it was great. Very creative.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and the next one is?
So that was the 80s. I was at Hills for 10 years, and then they did a restructuring and they went bankrupt and so forth. Started my own company, and that was Powerhouse Presentations. This video, I'm just going to show the introduction. The local connection is we shot it at OA, Oliver Ames High School, on the stage. And the setup was how to balance value, quality with cost for financial services. So the client was a company named CRA. I don't even know what that stands for anymore, but we came up with this result to illustrate the ongoing challenge of balancing quality and cost. Please run the video.
Everybody loves fun and games, except when it comes to managing their health and workers' compensation costs.
And would you gather around here, ladies and gents? Could I have the attention of this lovely young couple right here? Miss, I would like to call your attention, folks, to the world's greatest balancing act. Yes, sirree, underneath this tent is on display.
The greatest balancing act of all may be providing your employees with quality health and workers' compensation services at an affordable cost.
10 cents, would you believe it? The world's greatest balancing act.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, cost.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You can't bring quality and cost together.
Not in today's environment. It's just too tough out there. Look, the numbers just don't add up.
I know. It's been tried before. Quality and cost, they just don't match up.
For close to 15 years, CRA has specialized in helping companies like yours manage quality injury care programs at a price everybody can be happy with. Sometimes, while everyone has their eyes on today's healthcare issues, it takes an experienced professional to see tomorrow's. That's where we come in. CRA, providing broad experience and individualized services to assist your company in surviving today's high-wire managed care environment. And CRA has the vision to manage and administer your company's managed care programs sure-footedly into the future.
That was quite a feat back there, bringing cost and quality together like that. Every company tries to do it, but few succeed, at least when it comes to workers' compensation. How's your company doing? I'll bet right now your workers' compensation claim costs are through the roof. Nationwide, the average workers' comp claim has more than tripled in the last decade. And a Department of Labor study found that treatment for injuries such as a back problem can cost twice as much when paid for by a workers' compensation carrier. Quite simply, if you're not managing every cost associated with workers' comp, then you're not.
Great.
So that was, that's representative of when I was independent. I did that for a number of years, and then I was very fortunate to get a long-term contract with Stop and Shop to manage their internal videos and external videos. And it's a long story how it happened, but I was a consultant. I was on a day rate, so I would go in every day and be paid a daily rate and not have any benefits, and made it work somehow. And I produced the internal videos for Stop and Shop, plus some of the marketing videos. I worked with the training department, and I worked with consumer affairs. This particular video, this next one, is, I'm really proud of it. I think it won some awards, but Stop and Shop funded a brain tumor clinic at Dana-Farber, working with Jimmy Fund. And this was a challenge to go into Dana-Farber multiple days and meet the doctors and the children who had brain tumors and their parents, and talk to them and build enough trust that they were willing to open up to me and to share their feelings and their gratitude about something that is just so incredibly serious. But the reason behind the video was Stop and Shop used to have their cashiers sell triple winner tickets. It was a program through all the stores. And these were essentially lottery tickets. Customers would buy them for $1. Cashiers would promote them. Customer would rub the ticket and they might get 50 cents off a can of tuna. They might win $1 off their order. Everyone won something. All of the profits went to Dana-Farber Jimmy Fund. So this video was intended to show the cashiers after the program where their hard work was going, where the money was going, to thank them and encourage them to continue doing this. This is the Jimmy Fund video for Stop and Shop.
Just a happy, healthy 6-year-old.
Kind of a basic, normal little kid with a lot of energy.
For fun, I like to play baseball and basketball.
She likes to do different types of dance. She's in a little song and dance troupe
called Friends of Broadway. I like Hawaiian pizza. Pepperoni pizza and cheese. Pepperoni.
The kids are incredibly accepting of what they have to go through.
This is Rebecca, and she was diagnosed with a brainstem tumor.
She has a medulloblastoma, which is a brain tumor.
He was diagnosed with medulloblastoma.
Adam was diagnosed with a benign brain tumor.
He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic lymphoma, which is a cousin of leukemia.
He was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia.
Lindsay's being treated for leukemia. Elizabeth was diagnosed with leukemia.
Matt was diagnosed with leukemia.
The heroes are the kids themselves.
There's some kind of courage that the children seem to be blessed with.
We see about between 150 and 200 children per year.
A typical day as part of the brain tumor clinic can be, I can only describe it as wild.
The atmosphere is really one of a playground.
There's a lot of joy here.
When we first got here, I expected it to be like any other hospital, but it's way more than that.
We can take a look at them quickly and then send them back out to the video games.
They come in 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and are brought in one at a time to a brief exam room where they're weighed and temperatures taken, and then they go out into a play area.
There's always a craft.
There's loads of materials.
The kids just love it.
They do everything just to make the kids feel at home, feel comfortable.
They're fun.
There's always something to do. Once you get them there, you can't get them out when their time is up.
There are about 2,000 kids per year in the United States diagnosed with a brain tumor. Brain tumors make up about a quarter of all of the cancer in childhood. Though the diagnosis of cancer in any child is scary, they're in a facility that has enormous expertise.
It's overwhelming how good they are here.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
You've got the best doctors there are. I mean, there's a lot of doctors can't make it at a place like that.
The Jimmy Fund program is dedicated to children. We have people that specialize in just brain tumors in children, and in fact have people that subspecialize within the different types of tumors.
Everybody there is so dedicated.
We just feel confident that we are in the best place.
We try to provide a real comprehensive care to not just the patient, but siblings and parents.
It's a focal point for people who have something that they want to give.
They give 100% of themselves every single day.
For me, it's been actually the most meaningful work that I've ever done in my life.
I think it brings out the best of professionals.
I treat every one of these kids like it is my child.
A lot of people ask me, geez, how can you work with such sick children? And I don't think I could think of myself doing anything else.
We can hope and we can pray and we can support the families and we can love the families, but the ultimate goal has got to be in finding a cure.
The ultimate goal of the program here is pretty simple. It's to make everyone in the program unemployed.
I stumbled into this, literally. All it took was meeting those young kids, looking at the hope that was in their eyes and their faces. Triple Winner program started in 1990, and it's a grouping, partnership between ourselves, our suppliers, the Red Sox, and our customers. What I'm most proud of is that our name will be there associated with this wonderful cause at the Stop and Shop Family Pediatric Brain Tumor Clinic.
What Stop and Shop's efforts have done as they have increased the amount of money going towards kids with brain tumors is it's allowed more and more of them to get more state-of-the-art care.
When that cashier hands me a Triple Winner ticket and says, "Would you buy one of these?" I just think, thank goodness Jimmy Fund Clinic exists.
There's a lot of great treatments now, and that kids nowadays are doing better than they probably ever have.
He's in remission. 4 years in remission.
All of this phenomenal care is giving him his life and our lives.
She went through 2 years of treatment and is a happy, healthy, normal kid today.
If it wasn't for the Jimmy Fund, I don't know what would have happened to Carrie. You know, she probably wouldn't be here today.
Life for Stephen now is like any other normal teenager.
Leukemia is a very serious thing. I feel good that I don't have it anymore.
The reason we call it Triple Winner is that really everybody is a winner in this program. We started by raising $1 million a year. This past year, we went to $1.75 million. And this year, we really feel confident that we could do $3 million.
Having financial support is crucial to being able to maintain the quality of the service that we can provide.
Every cent that is collected directly affects the type of care that can be provided.
Every one of the people that takes part can feel some confidence every day that although they don't know the kids they're helping, that they're part of a much larger vision
to make life better for these kids.
In a small way, we can all make a big difference.
$3 million sounds like an awful lot of money, but if we could get $1 from each customer.
This $1 could make a huge difference in some child's life because I'm there now.
Even if you've never experienced it firsthand, believe me when I tell you, as a mother of a child with cancer, that I'm depending upon you.
We each have an opportunity here to make a profound and significant difference in other people's lives by helping with the Jimmy Fund.
You're really selling something that goes directly to supporting life.
We've got a long, long way to go. A lot more work to be done.
We need a cure, and we need it fast. We got little kids here that are just waiting.
Hope is huge.
10 to 15 years ago, the tumor that my daughter had was not curable. Serious illness is curable now. I mean, I'm going to have my daughter.
Happy 10th anniversary Triple Winner Program.
Wow. That is a real tearjerker. And how
It is.
important to get that word out. It must have had a tremendous effect on Stop and Shop customers, and people wanted to, probably produced a lot of more people that came and shopped, right?
We hope so. I would, when I would finish a project, I wouldn't always find out what the results were. If they invited me back, then I have to presume the results were successful.
And I'm sure you were invited back.
I was there for 10 years doing this.
And then, and so now the next, is that the last clip you got?
The final video, so the Stop and Shop video was shot in the 90s. I'm trying to present these basically decade by decade because I'm so old and I've been doing this for so long. Stop and Shop was in the 90s, and when I went out on my own again in the 2000s, I walked into a business in Boston. I don't remember how I heard of them, called what was it? I don't even remember the name of the company now. Jobs for the Future, that's what it was. And I just happened to hit them at the right time, showed them my demo reel, and they had this project coming up for Metropolitan Life Insurance Company Foundation. And the foundation would award community colleges around the country to different parts of the country for bringing more equity to underserved communities. And this really echoes what's going on today about reaching those underserved communities. And the result was this video where the winners of the community colleges that did the best job at reaching their community, this video was shown at that ceremony, and I'm quite proud of it too, for what it achieved and for what it recognized and how it ties into what we're seeing today as well.
MetLife Foundation salutes America's community colleges for opening the doors to opportunity for today's and tomorrow's students.
When I was working in the field, it was hard. I would watch the sun raise and the sunset every day.
They were paying us $6.20 an hour, and I was working at a cotton gin. It was 12 hours of running machinery, and that was the nighttime from 7 to 7.
The college has set up the program around our needs as having to work to support our families.
This congressional district is one of the poorest congressional districts in the whole United States.
And the people population is like 85 to 90% Hispanic. These are the migrant workers who came over to America and stayed and built little communities, and their farm labor camps became cities.
My job is to locate migrant students for the college. And in order for me to do that, I have to go literally into the fields, into the labor camps, into the South Valley, and look for these students. I literally try to break every single barrier that the student has.
We need to educate our parents, because if we educate the parent is going to be instrumental in saying, "Mijo, mija, you can do this, you can go here."
The board, their mantra has been access, access, access. I really believe that our vision is about making a difference in people's lives. And we go about that very seriously. We treat every program that we have here as a program that can do that.
The vision is to make sure that we make it accessible, economically feasible, and that we maintain a high quality of rigorous academic accountability.
We continue providing new technological advances. For example, the Farm of the Future that we have on board. I want these migrant students to become not only the irrigators, but I want them to become the instructors of irrigating. And I don't want them just to become the tractor drivers. I want them to learn the computer portion of it.
I think I'm most excited about our online instruction. Our students are leveraging their face-to-face instruction with online courses. So our retention rate is between 70 and 80% for all of our online classes.
We offer opportunity. We're offering it not only to the 18 or 19-year-old, but we're offering it to the 30-year-old who's been working at, say, Jack in the Box and making $6 an hour and realizes, I want to have a better life.
And to be able to do something like this program at my middle age of 44 years is really amazing.
When students come here in their freshman year, they are automatically enrolled at Fresno State, and they can spend all 4 years here at West Hills and get their bachelor's degree.
And the vision is real simple. It's about students being first. It's about providing the best quality education that we can. It's leveling that playing field in this area.
The mission of West Hills College is to serve our community, and the community, as it changes our mission.
The principal problem of Dayton, Ohio is the transition from a manufacturing to a high-tech community.
What I consider the success of Sinclair Community College is the outreach, the ability to identify people in the community that never thought about going to college, never dreamed about going to college.
With Sinclair, we have a partnership that says when you get a job, you have an opportunity to advance on that job through a proven provider of services and education opportunities that will get you connected for your future.
And if I can get somebody that's making $7 an hour and help educate and train them, that they're now making $17 an hour, I consider that an outstanding success.
And we have a single vision in mind. Through educational reform and outreach on the college's part, we contribute to the economic development of Ohio by creating the next generation of the technical worker.
Sinclair Community College is the engine that fuels the expansion and development of this community.
We believe that it's our job to reach out, penetrate, deliver quality, customized instruction anytime, 2 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning,
I came from a four-year institution, and I found Sinclair classrooms to be very effective for me.
One of the hallmarks of Sinclair College is the fact that the entire institution is very interested in improving student success.
The challenge is to match the learning style of the student with a learning environment that we have at the institution so that all students can succeed.
In making all of our policies and procedures student-centered, so the student is first and not the institution.
A lot of people tend not to go to community colleges because they think it's not first-rate academics. Well, I'm here to tell you, Sinclair is a first-rate school.
I set up a fictitious law firm where students would have the chance to come in and work as if they really were in a real law office environment. By the time they are done, they can go to a job interview and say, yes, I have 2 years experience, and they have no trouble finding a job.
We have 5,000 to 6,000 kids each day that are not in school. The community decided to create a public-private venture to address these kids. And Sinclair Community College was selected to be the steward of this out-of-school youth initiative for our community.
Students and families that have not been able to do very well in traditional settings have a tremendous trust factor for Sinclair Community College.
And it's all about fundamentally college and high school working together in a true partnership.
Through these efforts this coming fall, we will have 960 kids in school that would not have been in school the year before.
One of the most exciting things the students said to me was, I've learned, I know how to learn. And that's what we're all about.
Academic advisors worked with me and enabled me to achieve my academic goals.
I'll be getting a degree here in computer information systems, and that way I can transfer to a bigger school.
Well, I planned on doing my education, is going back and being a role model to the little kids.
They already introduced me to new material that I thought was impossible for me.
And I feel good about myself, that I did something better for myself.
Thanks to the program, I got an internship, a scholarship to become a civil engineer. That's my dream.
Okay, Gary Berman, filmmaker and presenter of wonderful shows, wonderful productions, and a great speaker, very articulate, and we appreciate your coming with so many varied films. Thank you for being our guest on Film Connection today. Phil?
Yes, I could only echo those sentiments. We've seen a real variety of people on this show, and certainly not nearly as interesting in its own way as moving emotionally. Very good job.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure being here, and I just feel so privileged that I got to experience so many wonderful people doing wonderful things and never bored doing it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
And you certainly aren't boring today. So
Thank
we
you very
appreciate
much.
it, yes. And we look forward to any future productions that you may do in your retirement.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have
And
a nice day.
Until next time, be well.